After an Olympic Games, real good for building the confidence.
So Ruby Harold onto the beam. Bit of an unusual mount here. Full turn to land just 1 foot on the beam. Super high front somersault, well held. Straight back into the backflip and layout, moving with good rhythm. Very much what the judges want to see. They want to see positive movement. 2 leaps, well performed. The change leg into the split jump. And the full spin, one of the required elements. Little pause here. Change leg, ring. Have to take your head right back, lose sight of the beam, and that's what makes it so difficult. And the free cartwheel. And a relatively quiet dismount, full turning front somersault. As we said earlier, Ruby's only just back from ankle injury, so not chancing a backward landing, but that was a very confident, impressive performance from Ruby Harold.
Very solid performance there, and so I think she'll be very proud of that. Looked very confident, not many wobbles. I like the start with the lift to handstand into a heely turn, which we would normally see on the parallel bars or the A bars, and real confidence about the routine.
That was the front somersault, which she could easily have given up and fallen off on. So front somersault with full turn, it's a C element, so she won't get quite as much difficulty as if she'd done a D dismount. But you know, that was I'm really impressed with that from Ruby.
And a nice little wave there, really enjoying her European experience, and that's what it's all about. And let's hope in a few years' time we will see her at the Olympics.
And there, Korkina, Svetlana Korkina, one of the great Russian gymnasts.
One of the, look, there you go, a real showgirl of gymnastics. And we talk about being a performer, she could really perform, and sadly missed.
Yes, I think there's a few gymnasts here, though, that are looking impressive. Certainly the desire from the powers that be in women's gymnastics is to try and reward performance.
So with one piece of apparatus to go, this is how things look. Jordache leads again. She has done all the competition. Now Mustafina moves up into second from third. Grashina moves up from fourth into third. We've got Ruby Harold in ninth there at the top of that scoreboard as well. And, well, just a word on Charlie Fellows, because she's had a bit of a shame, really, hasn't she, to be honest, with her landings. She didn't do too well on her last piece of apparatus either, with a 12.2 on floor. So that puts Ruby, Charlie Fellows into 21st place. So the last piece of apparatus then, and I think all eyes really, Hannah, are going to be over on the bars there. It's going to be between Jordache and Mustafina as well. But Jordache, I mean, she didn't even qualify for the bars final, and yet Mustafina is an Olympic champion on that piece of apparatus, and there's only about 0.7 or something separating them.
Yeah, I mean, Romanians aren't known for to be the strongest on bars, and obviously Mustafina is a really strong bar worker, so you know, as long as they both go through clean routines, I mean, there's a 0.7 difference, isn't there?
Charlie's going to be finishing then on vault. You can see she's going to be third up. And I think really, you know, as we were saying, it's all about just getting that experience, getting out there. And I mean, Lewis, you were even saying you probably won't even remember your first Europeans.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you're going to make mistakes earlier on, making your debut. But, you know, it's going to happen. They just need to pick themselves up, enjoy the competition for what it is, and then really build on it for the future. How key do you think it is, Christian, that Mustafina is up last on bars and she's chasing? I mean, she's got the gold in her sights.
It's big pressure. I mean, obviously she'll go up and see Jordache sort of either do a clean routine or a bad routine. So, I mean, it's going to be a lot of pressure, especially being in the home country.
Can see Grishina as well. She's going to be going on beam. She's still in the running as well. She's one of the best in Europe on beam. So this really is going to be a final piece. That is just, honestly,
makes it interesting.
Yeah, and Ruby wraps up her competition. She's going 5th on floor. She's got a very expressive floor, hasn't she?
Yeah, she's a really good floor worker, and she's got some interesting dance moves and choreography. So she really puts on a good performance.
So is it possible then for Mustafina to catch your dash? Come on, Hannah.
Maybe, we'll see.
Maybe.
I think she will. I think she'll do it.
Yeah.
Being in Russia as well, with home support, could be close.
Yeah, well, she's led the way all along, and it has been all over the shop as far as the low ones. Steingruber's done incredibly well. She's now down in 5th, but Ruby Harold going into the final piece of apparatus in 9th. I mean, she qualified 6th. Do you think she would have hoped to have done a little bit better than this, Hannah?
No, I think she's had a great competition. I mean, she's had a clean competition so far, and she'll just be hoping to do a nice clean floor routine and score as best she can. You know, it's a great experience for her to come out here and be in the all-around final. So,
yeah.
You know, it's great, whatever.
As you're watching this go through, how are you feeling not being there?
It is a bit difficult. You know, I've always want to be out there competing, but you know, it's in the long run, it's the best thing for me to be back at home training and working on some new skills for later on in the year.
Yeah, and if you had a piece to finish on, which one would that be? Which would you rather go for? Bars, beam, floor, salt?
Probably say floor. I'd probably say floor, yeah.
Why is that?
I'm not sure. I do enjoy performing floor, so it's one of the less nerve-wracking pieces. So as long as I've done a good competition, then floor is always a nice one to finish on.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, we're looking at your dash then. She's in this situation where she's been ahead for the whole lot. She knows she's got one of her weakest pieces coming up. What do you do? What's your gameplay here? I mean, because obviously you've got to try and go as clean as possible.
You just got to keep it cool, keep it calm. Don't make any stupid mistakes. It'd be pointless to get all the way to the end and think to try something a bit different and make a mistake. So just keep it cool, keep it calm, keep it collected.
She's quite an experienced competitor now, so
yeah,
she'll already know what she's
She knows
going to
exactly
do.
what she needs to do.
Whether she does it or not, it'll be, we'll see.
Well, there is Mustafina. She's moved up the ranks with every single piece of apparatus. Can she go one more? She's currently in 2nd position behind your dash. Well, we'll head down to the commentary box with Christine Still and Craig Heap.
Well, I have to say, I think that Mustafina's got the pressure. Here we start from the Hungarian gymnast, Dorina Bosko.
13.8 in qualification. Strapped on the wrists, 5 start value. So Yurchenko, very nice full twist, big hop back on landing, plenty of height, and she doesn't look very happy with that at all, does she?
No, obviously it hasn't been a good competition. We haven't been able to see everybody, but that's very much a picture of a disappointed gymnast, isn't it?
I mean, if you look there off the top, very nice style in the air, great height, almost thinking we could have another twist in there, and then a pike down, which put her slightly off balance and caused that bounce back. If she'd have just stayed nice and straight, she'd have been fine.
The Yurchenko vaulting, we call it after Natalia Yurchenko, the first gymnast to do this round of vault, has changed vaulting quite a lot. It's quite a precise apparatus now. You can hit the platform with your feet so low that you really can rock it off. And it's changed vaulting considerably for the women.
And for the safer as well.
Yeah. So 13.6. She's finished 50.2, and at the moment she's the first gymnast finished, so she's ranked #1.
She needs to take a quick picture of that scoreboard quickly and tweet that picture home to her parents. Say I won the Europeans.
Now there we are. You see Eliza Mangani, the young Italian gymnast, with just like gauze to cover her hands rather than hand guards. If you're going to do a lot of the inverted turns, the gymnasts prefer that. They can feel the bars, they feel they have a better grip, whereas when you're working with hand guards, you're actually swinging around on the dowel and on the leather.
And sometimes if the dowel doesn't just sit right on the bar, it can cause problems. So
yeah,
it is definitely a bit of an insight into what the gymnast will be doing in the routine.
So Eliza Mangani, junior European champion, Strong half turn there. Super forwards giant. Big high Jaeger front somersault. Very nice indeed. Oh, look, that pirouette finished right in handstand, didn't it? Into Tkachev. The more times you can hit handstand and show it positively, the better, as far as the judges are concerned. There we are, pauses in handstand, lifts up, swings high, half in, double front dismount. Not the most difficult, but really one of the best executions.
Really well. You can almost see the potential in this gymnast with some great work that she's done during this competition. I'm sure her coaches will be very pleased with the way that she's conducted herself there. And like you said, Christine, you just need to look at the height of the releases, and the handstands that she hit during the routine was showing great control. Look at that there, the Tkachev, pointed toes, plenty of height, great catch.
You can see the difference, how it's quite a different grip without the handguards on.
Very clean dismount as well there. Nice routine, very nice. And happy with that. Nice to get a smile from the gymnast.
She's worked pretty cleanly, hasn't she? She looks well in control of her work. It doesn't look, and to be honest, she looks ready probably to take a step up. Though I don't actually think we saw her floor routine, so, and I know that she had a little trouble on floor in qualification.
Yeah, I think the focus is going to stop on the bars. This is where it's all going to happen. I know a few people have not sure. I'm going to put my neck on the line, definitely, and not only will Mustafina take it, I think she'll overtake her by a mark. I think there's 2 marks to be had.
13.633, Meneghini, 13.7, so she obviously did a good floor routine, 55.1, a very good total for a first-year senior. And Diana Bullimar, she did not have a happy outing on the asymmetric bars in qualification. I'm sure she can do better. There we are, the first move, the Shaposhnikova. Oh, nice pirouette from the clear circle and into the Tkachev. A little bit flat, the Tkachev, but she's very efficient on these clear circles. Shoot down into handstand, straight back up. She's a tiny little gymnast, but she's hitting her handstands well. Here we have the forward element. Just a fairly straightforward forward giant half turn. Nice stolder. It's quite clean work, if not the most difficult. Full twisting, double back. Well, the smile says it all. It might not be the most difficult, but she was very happy to have got through.
Yeah, 12.7 in qualification, and looked a lot cleaner routine there. And you just get some idea of how small she is, because when she long swings around the high bar, she doesn't have to make any shape change at all in her body. So you get a real insight of how small she actually is. If you look there, you know, great control from the top bar down to the bottom bar. The coach there just in case, but not needed, and straight back onto the top bar.
And the judges have to decide, did she actually hit dead handstand on that low bar? That's the sort of difference, you know, if she hit the handstand, she gets more marks than if she was a shade off. And they only allow 10 degrees